And I'm going to go back to my silly analogy about building a deck, right? So there I am, I'm on the deck, I'm having a cocktail, enjoying myself, but now the wind's blowing and things are volatile right now, right? Markets or the wind or whatever, now it's creaking and now I'm like, oh my gosh, is this thing going to hold, right? So I'm either A, going to sit there, if I had a good plan, if I had a professional that would building this deck for me, I'd feel a whole lot more comfortable that the plan can withstand the stress, the volatility, the uncertainty that's happening versus running off that thing as fast as possible and then having to go back to get another job or whatever that is. In some of the worst stories that I've ever heard, and this is back to '08, when people have said that they bumped into someone that retired like 5 years ago, right? And they're like, oh, wait, you're still working or you're back at the job. And this is because people retired, didn't have a plan, and then literally had to go back to work, which is, I couldn't imagine having to re-up.
You want to avoid that at all costs.
And I think obviously having a plan, clearly can't guarantee it because no one knows what the future is going to hold, but we can absolutely minimize that as much as humanly possible with a good plan. Because the other thing it does too is it takes taxes into consideration. How do you factor taxes into all of this?
We're looking at taxes for our clients on an annual basis. One thing for the average investor that gets overlooked is just understanding like how to invest certain tax statuses of dollars. So common is going to be like pre-tax traditional IRA, Roth, and then non-qualified brokerage, right? And when we're building portfolios for clients, we're not just building the investment side, we're factoring in taxes, as you said, and understanding how that's actually going to apply. So one example would be with like pre-tax assets. We just talked about it, RMDs. We know that we're going to have to take RMDs out at a future point in time. And that's going to impact our tax bracket and our income because we have to take that money out. And we want to know how that's going to impact us. Is that going to push us into the next bracket? Is that going to impact our Medicare Part B premiums if that applies with IRMA? Things like that are things that we're constantly going to be looking at in the area of taxes.